Or to get other people saved. That's what we trying to do. We talking about how crazy these young folk are. What happens when we get them all saved? What happens when we start being Ananias and getting them saved? What happens when they start coming in here praising God and jumping and leaping for joy? Because if that ain't what we're about, then we ain't got no business here. Why are we here? Because then that says that we're here for self-glorification. We in it for us. If God ain't going to receive the glory and we ain't doing it for him in the depthness of this ministry. You got yours and everybody else's. And think it's easy? Head to the north. No. Trying to consolidate all different kinds of mentalities and minds and frames. And you did. He had no way. But and it's the truth. People give Paul more credit than they do Ananias. But had it not been for Ananias, we need Ananias because no Pauls would be where they was if it wouldn't have been for Ananias. God used Ananias, which means he need folk like that's going to take him at his word. That's going to go when you don't want to go. That's going to do when you don't want to do. What happened to pressing through when stuff get on your nerves? I can tell you now. We do. Let them get some free Dallas Cowboy tickets away. Today. Your car might have been broke. You were going to find a way to Dallas. And there better not be no press box tickets. Man, I probably would have had to fight my wife. I'm just saying what I'm saying. He went where God told him to go. He went where God told him to go. He did what God told him to do. Thirdly, but he said only what God told him. Ananias is not seeking self-glorification, but spoke on the behalf of the Lord. Watch the text. I'm not making up. Verse 17. And Ananias went his way and entered into the house and putting his hands on him. He said, Brother Saul, the Lord appeared unto thee in the way as thy coming has sent me. He ain't go off in there saying, look here, the great one is here. I's cometh today. No, Jesus sent me, the same one that knocked you off your horse. So he sent me that you might receive the Holy Ghost. So he told me to lay hands on you, and all I'm gonna do is lay hands on you. Put his hands on him, and the Bible say he received his sight. Don't make no heart to go drop them off a little bag at they door. Been praying, Lord, I know somebody gonna come by here and just drop something at the door and leave it and call on about the business. When God puts something on your heart. Because I know the Lord done all that to y'all. Y'all came and dropped something off at us when we wasn't doing well. Can't just say, yeah, I just done it, just be doing it. Y'all, this church has been ministering to people all throughout the pandemic. And I must commend you for that. Y'all have been there for people. Do it for. He did not. And since he did not, Look at what Ananias said to him, and he received his sight and the Holy Ghost. When he received his sight and he received the Holy Ghost, God changed him, and God revealed to Saul, I got the power. He was blind for 3 days. Can you imagine? Peace, all of the stuff that's going through your mind, when you used to see it, what that was like. You ain't got no money, and God said, all right, now I want you to go down here on this street, lay down on the street, and all of a sudden somebody gonna show up and their name gonna be Johnson, and Johnson gonna show up and he said he's gonna give you all of your rent money, he gonna pay your house out for the rest of the year, and da. And God, you go down there and you do exactly what God showed you, and then Johnson show up, hey, my name is Johnson, pat you on the arm. God, and do what the Lord said do. God will. If it had been scales and he received sight forthwith, and he arose and was baptized. God's purpose was fulfilled because he made himself available to God. I'm available. I'm going to obey you. Lord, even if I don't fall, our understanding is nothing like God's understanding. He said exactly what God told him to say. Then God's purpose was fulfilled. His purpose is fulfilled. The ABCs of an obedient servant is when we make ourselves available to obey Christ. Give yourself over to Christ. Make your body available. Give yourself over to him. Let him have his way. Going into this next year, Lord, whatever it is that you want to do with me, your will. Because if most of us, all through our life, we tried it our way. And we have come to the conclusion that it don't work. It don't work. It don't work. When we do it our way, it don't work. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're still cussing. That's why there's no sense of temperance. That's why you're mad. Little bitty things people say, just get on your nerves. I can't stand it. Them thoughts coming in your head, them thoughts shouldn't be in your head. He said, casting down every vain imagination. You ain't got control over your mind. If you can cuss folk out in your mind. Because one of these days it's going to come out in front of them. It is. And the flesh is out of control. Anybody try to say something to you? Yeah. Flesh is out of control. Yeah. You can listen, you can look at more old nasty stuff. Yeah, Lord got me going down this area because instead of spiritual stuff, trying to be spiritual, looking at a whole bunch of nasty stuff on TV, how your mind gonna be renewed? See, the devil-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That means you got two minds. I love you. I ought to slap you. Yeah. See, a person got two minds. It depends on who you're talking to. God had to whoop me with it. I'm like, Lord, that's the only thing they're going to understand right now. No, Lord said, nope. Lord said, you love them. Well, Lord, they my kids. No, you the example. They need to see a godly example. Whoop me to death. Whoop me. No. How you going to stand up there and preach to them? You can't just say anything. You got to live. Lord, work with me. He had to work with me. Over the years, I got better. Your mind no business going, Lord, I ain't got control of my mind right